VR Esports Academia 2018 GDF Showcase.
Thank you for coming here today. I am Claire Kim.
And I'm Keith. And thank you all for coming out today.
Compared to yesterday, today seems to be a much more welcoming.
Yeah, we see a lot of people here today. Yeah.
So today is a day of looking forward to the future of VR esports.
And continuing from tomorrow, today we're gonna show a lot of different VR games. So I hope you guys show a lot of support today.
It feels great because we're able to experience that or feel that everybody is enjoying and are more interested in VR esports.
It's really, cool in here. So I hope you guys stay to the end because we have a full air conditioning working here.
Yes, that's great.
So how many games are we introducing today?
So we will be introducing 3 games today, actually.
Right. Yeah. So this VR content is trying to become more like esports, right? So we're wondering what it's going to be like, right?
Yes, so this was actually, there was a lot of planning and a lot of people who were planning actually didn't really even know what the final product would be like. So this is really an unexplored world for everybody. But because it's unexplored, it's something new. It's been more exciting and more, I feel like, more, like something where you can look forward to more.
Right, yes. So
not just us, but we hope that you enjoy the VR experience today.
So we're going to take a look into those potential.
Right, so this showcase was created after discussions of VR and esports would result in after the two try merging together. So, like yesterday, we'll be explaining the agenda. So from 1:55 p.m. we'll have the sprint lecture, the introduction and the demonstration, and from 2:55 p.m. we'll have the Korean rhythm action game Tap Sonic World Champion.
Right, and from 3:35, today's last game, right? It's called Taekwondo VR. Taekwondo is a Korean traditional martial art, and we really look forward to watch this game because they're actually playing Taekwondo, right?
Yes, I do too.
And after this game, we're gonna have a brief fan meeting. So stay put till the end.
Right, and so today's showcase, there is a result. It's a stage full of the intermediate results from the efforts put in by the VR at Esports Academia.
Right.
And this is the Esports Academia is comprised of esports specialists and VR experts.
So when VR contents became more like esports, a lot of people probably wondered what it's gonna be like. What's gonna be the problem like. But today we're gonna see all the potential of these questions. So I hope you guys are interested.
Yes. So a lot of people might be wondering, like, since before we were saying academia and
what's academia?
What is academia? So let's explain that.
Yeah. All right. So let me explain that. It's held by Gyeonggi-do, and it's run by Gyeonggi Contents Agency and with Gongdu Company. And this showcase was designed to increase the interest in VR contents becoming more like esports.
Right, so the VR Esports Academia is comprised of the country's best esports specialists and VR experts, and it's a total of 20 people. So they will be doing many discussions and many put in a lot of effort to increase the progress of VR esports. So please stay with us to the very end.
Right. So we're gonna take a look at the screen. It's about what VR Esports Academia went through. So let's take a look at this. Right.
Right, so we just watched the video, and you can just tell by just watching the video that there was so much effort, and so much things that happened to make this showcase a reality. So we also heard that Jungmin Kim caster put in a lot of effort as well.
Jungmin Kim is the one who's on the left, and we just witnessed a lot of effort, and passion into this into this showcase, right? And I hope they keep up with this great work, and hope to have more development. Hope to make more development. Okay.
It's because of everyone's efforts that today is possible, and this wonderful stage was created.
Yeah, so they had a lot of options, choosing games. Like they have more than 10 games.
Right, so there was a lot of possible candidates as to which VR games to show at this today's showcase.
And among those VR game contents, it has to be something that could become more esports, right?
Right, so something that could be actually a competitive gaming.
Right, yeah. So
for today, to give the congratulatory speech, we have O Minju Party's Congressman Byung-Wook Kim. Please welcome him with a round of applause.
더불어민주당 is a congressman party of South Korea.
So, hello. I am the congressman of the party right next door, Kim Byung-Wook.
글로벌 게임 개발자 포럼에 정치인들이 많이 와야 되겠죠?
Yeah, so a lot of people from the global gaming firms should be here. Oh, but apparently I'm the only one here.
가상현실, 증강현실을 활용한
So I want to thank all the people who make this VR game or virtual reality actually come true. And I wish many of you would come here and have a lot of interest. But a lot of people who are creators of this virtual reality are not here, so that's pretty unfortunate. At least I came here, so it's good that I came here, right?
엊그제 문재인 대통령께서 저희 분당에 오신 거 혹시 신문에 보셨나요?
Yesterday, did you see the president come to our firm yesterday?
규제를 완화 또는 타파해야만이 우리가 제4차 산업혁명에 한 발 더 나아갈 수 있다라는 시그널을 준 거죠.
It was a sign that we can progress with our virtual reality or VR or like this current situation here. So it's a sign that we are making progress.
사실 그게 아닌데 저희도 열심히 준비를 하고 있는데 그런 부분을 불식시키기 위해서 어제 문재인 대통령께서 분당 서울대병원에 오셨습니다. 오셔서 과감한 말씀하셨죠.
He came to the hospital yesterday.
분당 hospital.
오면서 여러분께 무슨 말씀을 드릴까라는 생각을 했는데요.
And I was thinking about what I should tell you guys today.
활용한 새로운 게임 또는 컨텐츠를 만들어 나가는 것은 무한한 상상력을 기반으로 하는 거죠.
I think you need a lot of creativity to make games out of virtual reality, not just plain reality. So you're exploring the world of new creativity. And your head hurts if you want to research into something that's not real. And you need to make sure you get rid of any boundaries within your creativity so that you can create something that's not real.
여러분들의 의욕을 많이 꺾는 그런 결과를 초래할 거라고 생각합니다. 그래서 어떤 영역보다도 이 게임 그리고 이 VR e스포츠 이런 쪽에는 정말로 여러분들이 할 수 있는 거는 다 하고
So I hope that this won't any obstacles will not stop your motivation or hinder your motivation, and you can continue to do the best you have so far to make sure that the world of virtual reality progresses more and you don't get stopped by any little things.
그런 걸 여러분들께서 아마 그동안에도 많이 건의를 하셨을 거고 또 그런 부분들이 일정 정도 행정부나 정치권에도 어필을 하리라고 생각하고요. 저도 정치인 한 사람으로서 여러분들이 정말로 아주 자연스럽고 여유롭고 편안한 환경에서 VR e스포츠를
As someone who works in the government, I hope that you have a very free, non-restrictive environment to work in. And I've spoken to other officials from my party, and I talked about the VR esports contest, and they were very enthusiastic about the subject. And we're not sure if they can play as well, but we actually would love to try playing VR esports. And Bundang might be a really good place to start or have more VR esports within the
infrastructure.
I hope you have a very good day, and thank you so much.
Wow, that was a long speech, and thank you all. Thank you for interpreting that.
No problem.
Yep.
So apparently the both of the MCs live really close to Bundang, so they would look forward to a lot of VR esports establishments coming up in Bundang.
Right.
So thank you, Congressman Kim, for the very good words. And we look forward to VR esports coming more into Bundang and everything.
And there were a lot of contributors to this VR esports, and so we're gonna take a look at. We're gonna introduce those people on the stage.
Yes, so let's welcome the members of the VR esports academia. So for VR specialists, we have Seung-hoon Lee from Pico Creative, and Gangbei Choi, Chang-gi Kim, and Young-il Song. For esports caster and MCs, we have So-rim Jung, Sang-hyun Park, Dong-jun Kim, Jung-min Kim. And from esports players, we have Gyo-min Gu, Ho-jun Min, Jae-dong Lee, and Min Gi-hong.
For creator and producer, Kwon Lee-seul, Sung Ji-hoon, Nam Yun-seung, Chae Jung-won, and for esports expert, Park Sang-jin, Song Sang-hoon, Jin Kyo-jun, Han Seung-yong. So for further development of VR esports, I hope they do more to this. I hope they show more efforts to it.
Oh, so
Who's coming up?
So it's not as planned, but we have a photo time coming up actually with the creators and the VR academia. Right. I guess so this is like the pros of live streams. You have things that are unexpected, but they actually add up to the experience that you have today. So we just had a photo time of the VR academia. So the people here all put in a lot of effort already to make this showcase a reality, but we plan to work more together and make more progress to make VR esports reality, right?
Right.
소위 좀 신이 난다라고 말씀을 좀 드리고 싶고요. 또 오늘 이후에도 계속해서 이어지니까 앞으로의 지속적인 관심도 부탁드리겠습니다.
We're very much excited because this is not the one-time thing, We're gonna keep developing the VR contents as it becoming more like a esports, right? So we're very excited to introduce this showcase to you guys.
Yes, and we would love to have your continuous interest and support towards this subject of VR esports.
Right.
Now they're having a
자, 이제
another photo
오늘의
time.
주역들이었는데요. 자리로 다시 한번 모셔보도록
And now we'll escort them back to their seats. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
사실 저희도 VR 전문가분들 만났었잖아요.
이번에 와서 알았죠.
Actually, we didn't know anything about VR experts, right? We didn't even know if they existed, right?
Right, like this VR.
Until now,
I
right?
know, so it's so unfamiliar and new.
자, 이제 본격적으로
So before we officially start the showcase, we're going to introduce you the prepared games and the game players and MCs who are preparing for those games. So the first game, we have the casual racing game Sprint Factor.
Yep.
So for Sprint Factor, it'll be casted by Soren Jung and Jungmin Kim casters. And you'll have, for the demonstration, we'll have Ho Jun Moon, Min Yi Hong, and Gyo Min Gu players, and the model Chae Bi-ni.
That's right. And coming up next is a Korean rhythm action game. It's called. Many people know it as a mobile game, right? It's a Tap Sonic World Champion, and Tap Sonic World Champion will be casted by Chung So-rin and On Sang-min. And for the demonstration, player model Sim Chae-won and Chae Bi-ni will play this game.
Right, and the final prepared game is the Taekwondo VR. So Taekwondo, as mentioned before, is the Korean martial arts, and it'll be casted by Soren Jung caster. And Taekwondo, this VR is actually special because we have special guests, real actual Taekwondo players,
Right,
Jung
yeah.
Won-ho player and Jung Min-ji player.
Yes.
So they will be coming here to play the actual Taekwondo.
Right.
lesson.
Yeah.
We can expect a really good performance.
Right. Yeah. People who came here actually could learn the Taekwondo move here.
Yeah, you can learn it from watching
Yes,
them.
so this is a very exciting opportunity. And player interview is going to be done by Kwon Lee-sil announcer. And we just showed everything. We just showed you everything we're going to do on this showcase. We're going to keep showing this development for VR esports. And I hope you guys show a lot of love and support.
Right, so and soon coming up will be Sprint Vector.
That's pretty cool.
VR e스포츠 아카데미 2018 GDF 쇼케이스 1차를 여는 게임 스프린트 팩터를 찾습니다. 저는
So
온상입니다.
the VR Esports Academia 2018 GDF Showcase, the game that will start the second day of the showcase will be Sprint Vector. So on the people who are casting is On Sang-min on the right.
And Kim Jung-min is here today.
So amongst many racing games that were brought up to be played at this showcase, we felt that Sprint Vector would be the most easily understood by the audience, so which is why we have Sprint Vector.
Those traditional racing game is also attractive, but now a lot of people expect more about VR esports. So this Sprint Vector game, Sprint Vector, is could be the most suitable game. So this is why this game was chosen. This game also has a lot of physical movement. So we hope to see their reaction after this game,
Yes,
right?
it's going to be a pretty tough exercise for them after.
Yeah, this actually includes a lot of movement of head and arms. So
It's going to be a workout
it's gonna be like a workout thing. So yeah, you have to be very good at sports.
Yeah,
Actually,
you need like a lot of stamina.
Yeah,
and,
that's
like,
right.
Exactly. Endurance is going to be
Yeah.
a really big thing here, factor. So let's watch the screen to see what kind of game Sprint Vector will be.
Yep. All right.
A racing champion that happens in the Milky Way galaxy, Sprint Vector. So, as you can see, this is a game that you win by swinging your arms faster than other people to cross the finish line and win.
And it's not just about waving your arms. It includes jump, flying, and climbing the wall by using controller and headset movement. And you can also use weapons and items to attack opponents, right? So this is going to be a really interesting game, and I'm really excited to, watch the players playing this game.
Yes, and also apparently, so if you swing your arms more like wider or like in a like stronger, then you actually run faster. So
There are gonna be factors to run faster, and we're gonna take a look.
So let's introduce you to today's Sprint Vector demonstration and how it's gonna work out today. So the game rules. So for players, we'll be playing in a solo player mode, right?
Right? They're gonna play total three rounds, and they're gonna sum up the scores and the number one. The first place will get 5 points. Second place will get 3 points. And third place will get 1 score, and the fourth place will never get the score. So
Yeah, they won't get a point.
Yeah.
And these placements for each round and the points from each round, they'll be added up at the end.
Right.
And that's how the winner will be decided.
Oh
right?
yeah,
The final
yeah.
winner.
Right. And we have for the players, we're gonna have model Chebini and the legend of kart rider Moon Ho-jun, a legendary player of League of Legends, Mad Life, and superstar of Battleground Evermore will play this game.
I really look forward to this, really.
Yeah. I kind of hope the models to win because she's not the actual, expert of this game, right?
Yes, she's a player
Yeah.
that doesn't really not a pro gamer, right?
Right. Yeah. So it's a.
The thing to keep in mind, I think, is to make sure we see the players who have enough stamina and endurance.
Right. Yeah.
So actually, let us begin the first round.
Very excited. Look at the screen. We have four players here.
Oh, it's about to start.
Yep.
Oh, and it's begun.
If you take a look at the right side of the screen, you can see them actually doing the VR. That's how you're gonna look when you play the VR.
Right. But the first place is Mad Life right now. It's as if he's walking fast and like running really fast as if he's Blitzcrank on the League of Legends Summoner Rift.
Right.
So we thought that Moon Ho Jin player would be first place because based on his pro gamer history as a kart rider player, right?
Right,
and
yeah.
Kart riding is also a racing game.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
But unexpectedly, he was fourth, but now he's back to third place.
Yeah.
I think you can see that Chabini, the model Chabini, is starting to run out of strength. Like she went from third place back to fourth.
Yeah.
Alright, so Mad Life's on the second place, and we have Google meme player Evermore in first place right now. You know, Keith, I think this is going to be a fun experience because we can't really tell the winner until the very end. Because,
Right.
like I said, this is a game of endurance, right?
Right. So, person who wins gonna have more stamina, right?
It's a battle of stamina in my opinion. So first place is still Evermore, and Moon Ho Jin player has gotten to second place now. So he's slowly catching up.
Right. Someone who Koo Kyo Min just finished the race, and
So second place is our Moon Ho Jin player,
third place is Hong Min Gi.
Mad Life,
Mad
and third
Life.
player is Chabini the model.
Right.
Right, Moon Ho Jin really is a kart riding like racing player. He started from last place and then he made his all the way back to the second place.
Right. That was a.
So
Player Koo Kyo Min is actually very athletic. He swims, and occasionally I guess he do a lot of exercise.
yeah, well that makes a lot of sense. That means he has the physical like strength already.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll have the interview right now with the players who placed first and second in the first round.
And announcer Kwon Hee-sul is out there,
And I'll be asking the questions.
and I'll be answering the question.
So you just finished the first round, so how did you feel? Because they look really tired, right? Because after the first game. Player Evermore, you seem a bit tired. So one thing we were worried about is whether the players would be able to hold up the mics because they're tired, but this player Evermore, you played first in the first round. Can you tell us how you feel?
Well, this is not my expertise, but I won, so I'm sorry to everyone.
Right, so the pro racing game pro gamer Moon Ho Jin player started fourth, but can you tell us like your strategy?
It wasn't a strategy, but yeah, it ended up like that.
So your records were only a 4-second difference, but the problem with this game, the match is that it's gonna be 3 rounds. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm good. I play soccer all the time, so I am all good.
Right, so for Moon Ho Jin player, you know that. So I feel like since you're pretty young, do you think that's gonna be an advantage for you?
So I have a very bad stamina, but I'm gonna win with my age.
Right, so we're going to end the interview here. Thank you, and wish you the best of luck with the second match.
구규민 선수, 문호 선수. 네, 사실 구규민 선수
나이로 이겨보겠습니다.
잘하겠습니다만 문호 선수가 또 이 맞서 나이로 좀 밀어붙이겠다.
So yeah, we just heard from the interview that Evermore is going to compete with his stamina, and on the other hand, Moon Ho-jun player is going to compete with his age.
Right. I don't know what to say, but that was a bit funny. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm sure you could relate to that a little bit, Keith.
No. I think I'm a bit old for for that. So yeah. No. Yeah.
Right, so you probably would think that the game goes by really fast, but in reality, when you're playing the game, it's much more fun.
Yeah, it's much more fun. It feels much more longer because you're actually doing the exercise when it's gonna end and stuff. So if you're playing it, if you actually play it, it will feel like the game is a little bit longer.
Right, it's just like when I'm running, it feels like I'm running forever, but
when it's gonna be done,
but in reality, it's actually a very short period of time.
Yeah.
All
right, the second round just begin, right? Yeah.
So the beginning the start of this game is pretty similar. First place and second place is like competing between Hong Min-gi and Evermore.
And Koo Gyo-min he just couldn't escape the obstacle, so now he's in second place.
Right. Our first place is Moon Ho-jun player because he is, after all, a racing pro gamer.
Right.
Oh no!
Yeah. Like I said before, it's about running faster, waving your arms back and forth, but it's more about like using the skills like jump, flying, and climbing the wall.
Right, like the techniques are really important.
And also they are using the items to attack opponents. If you watch them, like they're shooting at it. They're shooting at each other to Right.
So Koo Gyo-min Evermore is back in third place because of his one mistake before. Oh, and he just got knocked out, so he's fourth place. On the other hand, the second place from last round, Moon Ho-jun, is back in first place and he's been retaining that for a while.
Right.
But he needs to be careful because Ho Min-gi Mad Life is actually super close.
Right.
Oh, and Mad Life.
He just couldn't.
Oh my goodness, he couldn't dodge.
He couldn't escape the wall. Yeah. You should be able to climb the wall if you really want to win this race.
Right, oh my goodness.
You should know all the skills.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're waving hands furiously.
Koo Gyo-min player is back in first place.
Chae-bin-hee, I don't know what happened to Chae-bin-hee.
Oh wow, Mom Chae-bin-hee is unable to move right now. I think she's stuck.
No, she got stuck. So who's gonna be number one? Moon Ho-jun won the first place.
And Mad Life gets second.
That's right. Third place is for, I guess, Koo Gyo-min. He got stuck, but
because Mom Chae-bin-hee hasn't been moving.
There's been a technical issue with the screen, I guess, the controller. I have no idea, but she's not able to move.
Oh, apparently there's a disconnect in her equipment.
Yeah, disconnection with a hard drive. So I feel sorry for Chae-bin-hee, but she got fourth place.
But honestly, she was doing pretty well. She was in third place. I kind of feel it's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like I said, this is like third time saying, but you gotta be able to use all these, skills like flying, jump, climbing the wall, and using the items correctly to win this race.
Yeah, this game is actually more mechanically challenging than I thought.
It's just
I
like
thought just swinging your arms, but it's definitely not like that.
It's like Kart Rider.
Oh, and now we're gonna have interviews actually with the two players. So what we couldn't see last time. So Chaebini and Mad Life. So Mad Life, you seem a bit tired. Are you okay?
I'm so tired.
So take a deep breath and calm down a bit. So the first time you thought you got third place, so I think you were a bit disappointed. But the second round you got first place at some point. So what was some tips that you had?
Yeah, it was just like that. But I wanted to learn from the one who's going first place. So I intentionally started slow.
Yeah, but I think we can look forward to a higher score in the third match.
Yeah, if I can wave my hands till the end, I can probably win this game.
Yeah, so Mad Life doesn't usually hold his mic with both hands, but I think he's so tired, so he has to do that. So Mongol Chaebini, I thought the pro gamers would, go easy on you because you look so beautiful.
I was moving too wide and all that, and as I was playing it, I started to move to wrong direction, so screen just stopped. So that was very that's too bad for me.
Yeah, you must have been disappointed, but there is the third round, so I think you can look forward to that. And Mad Life, so I think you can still aim for first place because it's the final winner is the addition of all the points from the first all three rounds. So could you give us some resolutions for the last game?
I'm gonna run as if today is the last day. I'm gonna leave.
Alright. So can you give us resolutions, Ms. Chaebini?
I'll try my best to win this race.
Alright. So thank you so much for the interview, and we wish you best of luck with all the players for the third round.
저희 마지막 인터뷰를 할 때 보시면은 최민희 선수가 결국 승승을 하겠다라고 했거든요.
그 얘기는요, 무슨 얘기냐면 내가 다른 사람을 몰라도 홍민기 선수를 잡겠다.
So Ms. Chaebini seems like she said she wants to receive third place for the at least third place as a final placement, but that means that she will definitely get Mad Life.
Yeah.
She will definitely beat Mad Life in the third round. So let's look forward to that. I want to see that happen.
Yeah.
네, 저는 그래서요 오늘 역시 홍민기 선수가 왜 전설의 LOL 프로게이머인지 오늘 느꼈잖아요. 오늘 리허설을 할 때 제가 물어봤죠. 괜찮아 그랬더니 너무
I finally realized why Mad Life was such a legendary player within League of Legends. But so during the rehearsal, I asked him like, "How are you? Like, how is this?" And he's like, "Mad Life said I'm too tired." But really, you can just tell that the way that he doesn't give up and he carries it on to the very end shows the pro gamers.
Yep. As we talk, the third round began, and Kugyo Mini is at the first place.
Yes, Evermore's back in first.
Yeah. They're probably tired at this point because this is their third round, and you have to continuously wave your arms. let's see who's better. Who's better at stamina? Hongmingi is at the first place.
Moonlight and Mad Life are competing for first place.
Right.
Actually, Evermore and Mad Life are tied for second right now.
Oh, wow. Hongmingi just used the item. but he missed it. Oh, Hong Min-gi is at the first place.
Mad Life plays first, and he can actually place first for the final, like the overall winning. Yeah.
On the right side of the screen, you can actually see them playing.
Yeah, so the Yo-Min player seems like he's gonna pop out.
They're really into it.
Yes, they're playing super vigorously.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Hong Min-gi player is doing very well right now. Oh wow, he's number 1 now.
Wow.
He won the first place.
Mad Life plays first. Evermore plays second. Moon Ho-jin plays third.
Oh no.
And
Chebini 4th place.
Wow, so did you keep track of the score, Kim? Because I don't know who won first overall now.
Hong Min-gi won the 3rd round, but we don't know who's actually the number 1. Total score number 1.
So Mad Life had 8 points before the 3rd round, but since he plays first, has 5 more points, so he has 13 points now. So he might have actually won first overall. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know that. Oh, we're waiting for the sum up score. So each pro gamers won the first place. So it's hard to calculate who's number 1 right now.
Right, because they all got the same amount of scores at some point. Oh.
This just in, and
alright, so let's just hope. Wait, what?
Oh wow! All 3 of them had the same score. So wow, yeah. They're gonna extend the game because there are 3 winners, 3 number 1 winners. So
yeah, there's a tie between the 3 pro gamers and Miss Paul Chavini played second.
Right.
But honestly, because it's an esports environment, we definitely need to have a showdown to see who's actually the real.
We need to know who's the number 1.
Who's the real winner here? Yes.
But they need some kind of rest. So I think we're giving them some time to
have some
readjust.
Breathing time.
Yeah.
But this is so unexpected. This is like a drama, like a movie. Like
right, yeah.
Who would expect the 3 pro gamers to all get the same score in first place? And this is 100% real situation, people. It's not a crafting.
Right. The extended version just started.
Wow.
Oh, Mara is Mad Life just got first place.
Actually, Moon Ho-jin is first place. They're tying.
Yeah.
One mistake can actually change a lot of things right now because Mad Life and Moon Ho-jin are at the same pace right now. So because so for I think Moon Ho-jin is a bit he was a bit disappointed with his last result, so he's. Oh no!
Mad Life got.
Went back to first place.
Yeah, went back to first place. Oh, he just got third
Oh my
place.
gosh, Evermore is back in first place now. Wow,
This is very competitive, and
I feel like I'm not going to be able to know who's going to win until the very, very end.
yeah.
Because one mistake can change everything. This is so, wow, a lot of stakes around this.
This is why you have to watch the game till the end, because you never know who's gonna win.
Right, there's always like, oh,
Now Mad Life is number 3.
third place.
Third place.
Minhojin is second place, and Kugyo Min Evermore is first place. Minhojin is right behind Evermore.
Oh no! Minhojin second place. Kugyo Min first place.
So Evermore and Minhojin, Evermore won by like less than a second difference. This is completely wow.
Yeah.
And Model Shayuni just came in fourth place. Wow.
Yeah. That was intense.
That was actually very intense.
And Minhojin didn't really want to lose, so he was trying really hard at the end.
Yes, they did it. Yeah, he really doesn't want to lose because racing is his specialty. Right?
Yeah, right. But it's more about physical movement, so yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Minhojin would beat Evermore in like terms of actual computer racing.
Right, of course. If it was just a computer game, maybe. Yeah.
일단 선수들이 체력을 요하기 때문에 이런 게임하면 사실은 좀 몸을 너무 안 쓰는 거 아니야라는 생각이
Yeah, as you said before, this VR esports requires a lot of stamina.
So yes, as opposed to normal esports, VR esports requires lots of like physically healthy people
Yeah.
to play.
So if you're used to playing computer game, now is the time. Now is the
Yes,
time.
now to be physically active
Yes.
and healthy as well as being good at games.
Right.
So let's listen to the players
Interview,
who just-
yeah.
the players. So we'll hear from all the players who completed the sprint vectors demonstration. Let's give them a round of applause for all their efforts. So for first place, Evermore, how do you, congratulations.
Thank you.
Right, so nobody really expected this amount of skill from you. So how did you feel when you placed first?
It was really nice, as if I won the competition.
So with Sprint Vector, unlike other VR games or other games, you need a lot of like physical stamina, right?
It's not like computer games, so it's more. This game is for athletic people, so that's why I won.
Right. So on the other hand, Minhojin player, it was 0.7 second difference. So when you saw the finish line, you showed like a really big like rush of speed at the end. So.
I thought I won the first place, but it was second place. So as I figured out that I won the second race, I looked at the Evermore. He was smiling.
Yes, because Evermore probably saw the first place, right? So what do you think about the growth potential of Sprint Vector as esports, of VR esports?
It requires a lot of physical movement, and it shows the rank, and it's very suitable for esports.
Yes, I see. So, Mad Life, you're tired, right?
I can't even hold the mic.
I think it's my first time seeing Mad Life this exhausted, but honestly, Mad Life, you did really well first, second, third round, but I think the last round, the special one, you seemed like you ran out of stamina.
At the third round, I said I told them that I'm gonna run as if today's the last day at the third round. So the fourth round I wasn't really prepared.
Yes, I see. I think you wanted to like give up at the fourth round actually, but so what do you think? Somebody else. What do you think how other people would feel when they play this game?
I recommend you to play this game strongly, and I hope you guys play this game 5 times a day, and it's gonna be a good exercise.
Alright, so how do you feel, model shaving?
I'm shaking right now. I thought I was good at this, but these guys are really good, so I am, yeah.
Right, so the last showdown match seemed like you were struggling a lot. So I think if you have a more strategic approach next time, it'll be better for you. So for the 3 pro gamers who played first, second, third, you did all, in model shaping, you did all really great job. So can we hear the final words from our first place Evermore on your opinions on sprint vector?
Right now, I don't know what to say because I'm really tired. But it's really good for diet. I guess losing weight, it's really good.
I feel like the players are all having a half air and half sound. They're all just really exhausted. So we're talking about the VR esports growth potential, but it seems like everybody's talking about dieting instead. So can we hear some words from Mad Life?
It was really nice to play this game, and I think it's really good for diet.
Yes, so can we hear some words from this model shaving?
I think it's really good for exercising. I hope you guys participate this.
Alright, so we just watched the really fun and exciting race from the players of Sprint Vector. So thank you for the interview, and we'll conclude it here.
That was an unusual scene, scene.
It was a very unusual side, rare side.
Yeah. People were so exhausted after they finished the game,
I think they need to go into the room and like rest a little bit.
Yeah. As you witnessed, this game, you cannot play for 5 hours or 6 hours. This requires a lot of physical movement. That's why you're not going to be able to addicted to this game.
That's actually true. I feel like if I introduced this game to my mother, she'd actually be very, very happy to let me play this.
Yeah.
I'll be losing weight, I'll be getting exercise.
Yes, and also you get the fun.
Yes,
so this is really good.
It's the best of everything. So as you can see from the live stream, we have people who are showing interest in the showcase, not just from Korea, but also from China.
That's right, yeah. So we're gonna have to show a lot of developments.
Right. We need to repay with as much effort as we are receiving so much attention from so many people.
Right. And it was like as if watching sports. I really felt like they were like playing sports.
I think the players themselves felt like they were playing sports.
I felt like they were really running, and it was very competitive, and it was fun watching it,
Right. So that was a competitive experience. And now we have a second game prepared. So we're going to say bye to Jungmin Kim.
He's really glad to introduce VR contents, and he's very satisfied to see all the audience smiling because of this VR contents.
Right.
And he hopes to see a lot of development in VR contents.
Right, so you just watched Sprint Vector. It's a very stress relieving game, And coming up is a very popular mobile rhythm action. We'll be back with Tap Sonic World Champion.
Yeah. Oh, so we don't have, rest time. Then.
I forgot to get a notebook to get a sign from Mad Life.
Mad Life, yeah. Let's hope you get the sign today somehow.
And maybe a photo. And maybe.
So, VR Esports Academia 2018 GDF Showcase. We're gonna introduce Tap Sonic World Champion with On Sang-min caster. And Tap Sonic World Champion was loved by as a mobile game long ago, and it was a Korean rhythm game, and it came back as a VR game.
Right, so I feel like the audience can see the whole games, but in the stream, like only people can see only parts of the game happening. But here, everybody can hear different aspects of every player who's playing, right? So it's a much more enjoyable experience for the people who are here at the moment.
Oh, okay.
저는 약간 선수들이 그렇게 사실 굉장한 선수들이잖아요.
Honestly, like all the players who played just now in Sprint Vector were such great players. They have really big legacies. But it was really funny to see how after that one game, they're knocked down. They're just tired, they're exhausted. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but it's not an embarrassing thing. It's a sports. That's why it's a natural, reaction after us playing sports. You get exhausted, so it's not an embarrassing thing to, show people. And I hope people to play this. Yeah.
I think people should definitely try it because despite what it looks like on the as a spectator, it's definitely different if you're the one swinging the controllers and actually doing it yourself, right?
Yeah.
It was a very new experience, and we'd like to say thanks again to the players, Evermore, Kugyeong-mi, Mad Life, and Moon Ho-jin Pro Gamers for playing in the last game.
특히 이제 아무래도 이제 선수들은 1인칭으로 즐기다 보니까 VR이 1인칭으로 즐기다 보니까 저희 이제 운전하는 입장에서는 전체 맵을 바라봤을 때 장애물이 어느 포인트에 있는지를 알 수 있다면 저 선수가 어떤 기술을 대응하는지에 대한 것 때문에 더 몰입하기가 좋을 것 같아요.
Right, so when you are a spectator, you can see all the obstacles ahead in the map, but when you're playing it yourself, you can't see it, so it needs a lot of mechanical skills to avoid all the obstacles and very good reaction speed. So I think when you're playing it as a player, you're going to see so much difference between watching it from a spectator's viewpoint and playing it as a player.
그렇게 추가가 된다면, 스카이뷰가 추가가 된다면, 저희 관객들은 저 선수가 저렇게 잘 되는구나를 보면서 스타파워가 나올 수 있는 환경이 되는 거니까요.
So if we have like a sky view kind of thing, from the sky, if we can see the players from the sky point of view, we'll be able to see how well players escape the obstacles and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I hope that happens in the near future. So this game was originally a mobile game, and now it came back as a VR game. So we have a lot of things to look at this time.
Right. So rhythm action games is actually one of the most popular VR games, right?
Right.
VR genres, such as like Beat Saber from yesterday. But like honestly, let's see if Sonic's world champion can retain its reputation through VR as it did with mobile.
Then let's take a look at Tap Sonic, and let's see how it became more like VR game.
Right, since it's different from Beat Saber, right?
Right. Yes. We just checked out the screen, and everyone's kind of familiar with this game.
Right. So a lot of like the beat rhythm games started off with like arcade games in the 1990s to the 2000s, right?
I remember this game too. If you look at this game, you'll notice, oh, this is how you play this game. I know this game. I'm familiar with this game, right?
Like people who came from the arcade generation probably recognize this game a lot.
Right.
And they used to play it when they used to like feel the actual buttons or pressing it.
Right.
This is different. Like you're playing in like virtual reality.
Yes.
So like the controllers in with the controllers in both hands, you can like touch the music notes, and with your index finger, you pull the trigger button to press the notes, right?
Right.
So when you touch the note with your controller in the space, in the three-dimensional space, it'll feel like you're dancing. So this kind of performance will make the Tap Sonic World Champion experience more enjoyable.
Right. So it's a one-on-one play, and today it's gonna be Shimchaewon versus Chaebini.
And they're both models, right?
Right. They're. So the score will be consist of 4 kinds. So perfect plus means you get 170 points. Perfect means 100 points. Good is for 40 points. And when you miss it, you'll just get miss, and you'll not get the score.
Yeah. So when you get a perfect plus. So when you get a perfect plus, you have every time you get a perfect plus, your gauge goes up, and you get fever mode. And then when you have the fever mode, you get more points, and then also your combos become like increase in multiples, right?
Right, yeah.
And when you finish your plays, you get gold, silver, or bronze medal, or a cheer.
Sure, that's right.
So,
Yeah.
Right. And then
So-
so
They're getting ready for the game, and
So the people who played the Beat Saber yesterday, model Shin Chae-won and Chae-Bini, will be playing the Half Sonic. So this is model Shin Chae-won playing right now.
wow. Now that's a fever time because she got all the perfect plus. She didn't miss a bit. Oh, she just missed now. If you miss, you have to start the combo from the beginning.
She has 200. Oh, she's past 300 on combos. Do you see how she's getting a lot of perfect plus? I think that means she has a lot of good music and rhythm sense, right?
That's right.
This is definitely different from sprint.
Yeah, it's not. It involves less movement, but it has to do with the rhythm. It has to do with the perfect rhythm.
So more musically challenging.
That's right.
Wow, she's past
Wow.
1,000 in perfect in combos. So the song that she's playing right now is actually called Get On Top, and the difficulty she's playing at is level 6.
Right.
She's,
Wow. That's
you can see her score like continuously growing. It's past, it's almost
she
past
just
9,000. Yeah.
right. But then again, she just missed. So she started the combo from the beginning.
All right, her
Yeah.
combo just started.
Like she's catching up real fast.
Yeah, I think her reaction speed is really, really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
She passed 100,000. So, wow. She got a gold medal.
That's pretty impressive. That was very impressive.
That was very impressive. I don't think I could do
That was a total 2 miss for her.
Right.
Yeah. It means she didn't miss anything except 2
That,
out of all the notes. You
that
know?
was really fast too.
Yeah, that was very fast.
So we have model Chae-Bini coming up, but let's be honest, she just competed in sprint vector. She must be so exhausted.
Yeah.
So I personally wouldn't blame her if she doesn't do that well
Yeah.
in this round. But if she does like have a really high score, I'd be applauding her from like she's amazing for pulling through, right? So model Chae-Bini is putting on her gear right now.
Yeah.
So so what they brought up yesterday was like right now we're currently putting on like headsets.
Yeah, it's it's more like a helmet kind of
Right, it's
thing.
like almost a helmet. But
Yeah.
in the future, we might get to the stage where we just put on glasses and we can play
That's
VR
right.
games simply
Yeah.
just like that. I'm just
Yeah.
looking forward
That
to
way we don't look kind of weird.
Yeah, like we don't have to walk around with helmets.
Yeah, I don't want to walk around with a helmet. I want to walk around with the lens. Probably lens. They should come up with the
A
lens.
contact lens.
Yeah, contact lens.
Wow, that's just...
Yeah.
Alright, so model Chae-Bini is going to start her demonstration.
나오죠? 네. 아직까지는 지금 실수가 나왔어요. 네, 미스는 아닙니다만 너무 플러스 좋거든요. 네. 근데 생각보다 좀 플러스를 좀 많이 뽑아줘야 되는데 굿이 지금 한 몇 번 나왔어요.
근데 저는 개인적으로 최민기 선수가 노트를 두드리는 모습이 굉장히 귀엽네요.
She's missing a lot.
She looks really cute, like tapping the notes. She's living inside the world of virtual reality right now.
Yeah. She looks like she's living inside there. Yeah, definitely.
아직까지 좋아요. 무난합니다. 미스가 없지 않았거든요. 그렇죠.
So she's in fever time right now.
네.
She missed.
So I think right now her arms are really, really hurting and she's really tired from sprint pressure. That might be influencing her, her ability to move her arms faster.
That's probably it.
So she is playing the same song as model Shim Chae-won did.
Yep.
It's called Get on Top, and the same difficulty, level 6. That's good. Oh, she's getting much more perfect pluses right now. Oh,
No.
So she made another miss, but you can tell that model Shim Chae-won isn't able to hold on to long combos as Shim Chae-won did. And she got
bronze medal.
Whoa. So apparently the players can actually hear the casters' voices and listen to what they're saying.
Yeah.
So I think maybe the model Chae-won was influenced by the casters
what casters said.
The casters saying, "What's the misses? Oh no!" Maybe I kind of feel bad about that.
Yeah.
오늘 어쨌든 이 캡소닉 월드 챔피언이라는 게임을 이거를 VR로 했을 때는 또 이렇게 할 수 있구나라는 것들을 어쨌든 팬 여러분들께서 직접 보실 수가 있어요.
I think, a lot of the many fans could see that by playing Tap Sonic through VR, it's a different experience. You can actually feel like you're inside the world.
Touching the actual musical note,
Exactly. That's actually really, really cool.
게임 안에서 소리를 정말 직관적으로 들어보니까 그래서 소리 안에서 내가 음악 안에 들어간다.
Yeah, so you feel like you're becoming a part of the music.
Right, inside the music.
You're immersing into the music.
Right, yeah.
So now we're going to move on to the interview with Kwon Yi-sol, announcer. So we're going to listen to the thoughts of Shim Chae-won and Chae-won models. So Shim Chae-won, you only did 2 misses and your combo went to 3,590. Did you expect this kind of result?
Yeah, I kind of expected this. And those 2 mistakes were actual mistakes.
So when you practiced it, did you actually have perfects plus all the time?
I usually play rhythm games a lot because I like rhythm games.
I see, so that's why you could play this perfectly. So model Chae-won, I think you must have been a little disappointed because the sprint vector took out a lot of your strength.
So I am very exhausted. That's why I lost. That's at least I want to say, and I hope to do better next round.
Yeah, it was really nice to see you though. Actually feeling the music with your body, and so could you give me a couple of words as to how you felt with the VR, especially this one?
As you could see, every game has a different aspects of characteristics. So it's really fun to play each VR game, and it was very fun to actually play the game.
So Shim Chae, when you finished your round first and you watched Chae-won's demonstration, as you were watching Chae-won playing the VR, how did you feel?
I could only play this game through computer, but now I can play with inside the game. Actually, it's because of the VR game, and it was as if I'm playing an instrument.
Right, so these 2 models have been accompanying us for both days of the showcase, and could you tell us some merits about VR games today?
This is my first time playing VR game, but this is actually felt like more like a reality than I thought. So it was very fun, and it was very fresh experience.
So, Model Chae, you're actually the person who played the most VR games in this showcase. Can you tell me how you felt? And what was the hardest game for you?
Right now, only thing I can think about is Vector. I want to play it again. The screen stopped, so that's really bad. That's all I can think about right now. But Beat Saber was good too. All the games are kind of fun, and it was very fun to play.
Alright, I'm pretty sure everyone who was watching felt the same way. Thank you, Shin Chae-won and Choo-Yuni, for your interviews. And I'd like to conclude the interview here. Seems like Chae-Bini seems like she has a lot of pent-up anger and frustration from the Sprint Vector game, especially with the screen freezing up.
In that case, you're gonna have to play this game, Taekwondo VR.
Yes, that's right.
To release those stress from the Vector, Sprint Vector.
Exactly.
So next game is going to be the, Taekwondo VR, and but before we go ahead and explain the Taekwondo VR, I hope a lot of people get more attention to this Tapsoning World Champion.
Right. So it seems like there is a need for that you need to feel more connected to the game. There's still a little bit of a boundary, a little bit things to work on with Tapsonic World Champion. So we're going to have 10 minutes of a break, and after we come back, we're going to be introducing you to Taekwondo VR game. And actually, when we come, during the break time, we're going to have an amazing Tapsonic video that you can watch that's been prepared by NeoWiz Sound Team.
So after 10 minutes of break, we'll come back.
Thank you. 생각보다 내가 엄청 났거든.
Yeah.
시간은 이제 1분을 경과합니다. 머리를 보는 강력한 한방. 하지만 막힙니다. 머리를 보는 강력한 한방. 하지만 막힙니다. 몸을 정확히 노린 한 방이 들어갑니다. 좌우 스위치. 현안한 움직임으로 상대를 번복하는군요. 몸을 정확히 노린 한 방이 들어갑니다. 머리를 노린 강력한 한 방. 하지만 막힙니다. 몸을 정확히 노린 한 방이 들어갑니다. 중요한 타격이 멋지게 들어갑니다. 머리를 노린 강력한 한 방. 하지만 막힙니다.
VR Esports Academia 2018 GDF Showcase. This is the last game of our showcase. This is Taekwondo VR. This Taekwondo VR will be casted with On Sang-min and Jung So-rim. This is a very dynamic sports game. It's VR Taekwondo. What do you think about this? What do you think about this VR game?
I think it's a really good opportunity to see like actual real like live action.
Right, yeah.
Like being represented in virtual reality.
So,
recently, for esports has become a Asian game experimental category, so it became a very famous for that. So our country, Korea's flag and Taekwondo as VR games, if it became esports, if that went to Asia Games, that would be amazing because you'll be representing Taekwondo, the sports, within esports as Asian Games. That'd be really cool, right?
Right, yeah.
So just by thinking about that, that's going to be a really amazing, it's really something to look forward to in the future.
Right, and this is about hitting each other with foot and, you know, hands, using hands and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be very competitive as well, like a vector racing game. You know.
Anything that you go against someone and you get the feeling that you win like over somebody.
Right.
For example, like Beat Saber and Tap Sonic, you're not playing against each other.
Right.
You're playing comparing the scores.
Right.
But Speed Vector, you're actually trying to beat
the
other
others.
person.
Right.
Same with the Taekwondo. So that definitely gives more a competitive feeling like esports, right?
Yeah, so we're expecting more competitive match between players, and let's take a look what it's like if Taekwondo become VR game through the screen.
e스포츠로 나왔어요. 이게 바로 영상 보셨지만 그 리허설이 되는 거죠.
제가 개발한 것도 아닌데 왜 이렇게 떡이 올라가죠?
깜짝 놀랐어. 다들 찌르는 줄 알았어.
I think all Koreans usually feel that they have a very good nationalism and like pride. They have a pride of
right.
So like, even me, I'd be really happy to see Taekwondo as a VR in Asian Games. I feel really proud.
Right, that's right. I hope this game get more popular and we get to, you know, introduce Taekwondo worldwide.
Yes, I think it's a really good opportunity actually for Korea.
남다른 거죠.
맞습니다. 그래서 이게 저희가 일반적으로 생각했던 그런 게임의 한계를 뛰어넘어서 VR로 내가 태권도를 하는데 이게 더 재밌는
So this is like a chance to like step over the boundaries that we had before
Right.
and introduce Taekwondo not just as a sport but as esports.
Right.
멀티로 이렇게 플레이를 할 수 있는 거잖아요. 전 세계 누구 하거나 플레이가 이것만 있으면 가능한 거 아니에요?
Yes, and if you think about it, you can play with anybody else in the world.
Right.
Isn't that cool? Like just by putting on this headset, you are
Yeah.
able to compete against anybody in the world. Not even have.
Yeah.
'Cause if you're just playing a taekwondo as a sport, you gotta fly
Right.
over to different countries
Right,
and
that's
play
right.
against players.
Yeah,
But with
it's
VR,
physically impossible, but with VR, yeah,
just put on a headset and you're
definitely.
ready to go.
Right, yeah.
Right.
You're fighting against some people from other country with the VR and fighting as like a taekwondo match. You know what I'm saying? So this is a very great opportunity for everyone to play taekwondo with everyone. Yeah.
사실 말씀해 주신 것처럼 아직은 내가 몸으로만 일단 대전을 하고 이런 한계가 있긴 하겠습니다만 이게 진짜 어디까지 발전할 수 있을지
Yeah, so I think it's really good to remember that we always thought there were limits to like what we could do as humans, but with virtual reality, with AI,
Right.
and technology, with everything increasing, like progressing so fast, there's no more boundaries anymore, there's no more limits. You don't
Right.
know where we're gonna go with all
Yeah.
of this.
태권도 VR에 대해서 소개를 앞서서 하는
So we're gonna see the screen and take a look at the taekwondo as a VR game.
플레이도 얼마든지 펼칠 수가 있습니다. 근데
Yeah.
오늘은 여러분들께 멀티플레이 대결을
So,
선승제로 일단 경기를
We're actually planning to show you a multiplay situation here because we saw 1v1 player, 1v1 style in the video before we just spectated, right?
앞으로 저희가 다른 체급의 선수를 그래서 저희 관계자분들이 이제 게임 안에서 누가 공평하다, 평등하다라는 것을 체급 차이를
Oh, so even if the player is bigger than others, in the VR world, it's gonna be all same.
Right, so
So-
it's all about technique.
Yeah, so everything is fair and clear. It's all about technique, how much you know about the technique. So we're trying to show that by casting all the different types of people.
Right.
공평하다. 내가 때리는 타격 점수가 그대로 동등하게 적용이 된다는 거죠.
저는 사실 이 태권도 VR을 여러분께 전해드릴 것을 생각하면서 지금은 사실 저는 개인적으로 저 태권도 VR을 못 해봤어요. 다른 종목을
So
해봤는데
apparently Jung Soram has never tried Taekwondo VR before,
나중에는
but
이게 맞을 때마다 이게 느껴지는 거지.
so she wants to like she hopes that in the future, like right now you can't, like you're just hitting people, right?
Right.
But she wants to in the future actually feel being hit,
Right.
so that you actually have more of a realistic virtual
Yeah,
reality.
I'm not sure if she really wants that, but
Right. I don't think. But I mean, like I guess she's trying to say that she wants the more real, like the
yeah,
realism
she wants to feel.
increase.
Yeah.
But at that point, do you think it's gonna be virtual reality at that point?
I guess we can say that. We can say
I
that.
feel like it's gonna be
Yeah.
enhanced reality.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like more
Semi-reality, virtual.
Yeah, it's not gonna be
kind of.
virtual reality anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
근데 그게 또 현실이 되는 거니까요. 어떻게 될지 몰라요.
자, 일단 오늘 대결을 위해서 정민지 선수, 정원호 선수가
So for this demonstration, we have two Taekwondo actual professional players,
Right.
Chung Min-ji player and Chung Won-ho player,
Uh-huh.
and they're getting ready right now actually.
Yeah.
오, 지금 준비하고 있는 선수들이
So
보여지고 있죠.
they plan to have a single play.
정민지, 정원호 선수가 멀티플레이를
Oh,
하기 위해서
so they're getting ready for a multiplayer right now.
Okay.
거의 한 2분
So
동안 다리를 안 내리시더라고요.
I think for 2 minutes, people practicing, kicking. I saw. I mean,
그렇죠.
they're like endlessly practicing the kicking,
Yeah.
for this demonstration.
I'm sure the class of the kick is really different too. They're professionals, right?
Yeah, they're
Instead of like
professional.
me trying to kick something, I feel
Right.
much different.
뭐 머리라든가 가슴이라든가 할 때 그 차별적 포인트가 있거든요. VR에서도 같이 구현을 해놨습니다. 그래서 선수들이 발차기가 가능한, 키 가능한 선수들이 이제 발에 대한 자유로움을 게임 안에서 표현을 해주는 거죠.
Right, so even in the VR, like, or in reality, when you kick, you can aim for the head or the body or for the legs.
Yes.
And even in the VR, they actually incorporated the angle. So the more freely you move your foot, you can kick around different areas. And that's something we can look forward to, actually.
If you use foot and hit face, you get 300 points. If you use foot to hit body, you get 150 points. With a punch, if you hit face with punch, you get 100 points. If you hit body with punch, you get 50 points.
And with combos, you get more bonus points. And so within the 5 minutes, whoever scores the most points wins. So let's watch the video.
저희가 앞서서 준비된 영상을 다시 한번 여러분께 전해드렸습니다. 이런 식으로 경기가 진행이 된다라는 정보를 저희가 좀 전달해드리기 위함이었고요.
So the video was just to show you what kind of game Taekwondo VR would be. So now that the players are ready, we're going to just go straight to the demonstration match right here.
Yep. They're getting ready for the play. Jung Min-ji and Jung Min-ho.
Wow, like even the situation seems pretty real, like you're walking into the... Oh.
Yeah, they're showing the right side of the screen to show you what they're doing.
Right. So there's no spectators mode yet for this game, so you'll be watching in the player's perspective. So on the right screen, you are able to perceive the players playing themselves, and the left screen is where what the players see in game. There's a big difference in scores right now, actually. Oh, not that different anymore. 1,050. Oh, 1,200. 1,500 against 1,200.
Wow. The score is almost same.
Lots of kicks being traded.
Right. So the highest point you can get is you have to hit head with foot.
I think it's pretty amazing how they're able to keep their concentration even though the screen's like going back and forth.
Right.
It must be quite dizzy for them, really. Oh, only 100-point difference. Oh.
Wow.
It's going to be really hard to predict the win again, right?
Oh, it's the same score. Still the same score?
Right.
Jung Won-ho is leading the game, and the time is almost up.
Right, so this game is similar to sprint vector, stamina and physical strength is very, very important here. Oh. So within a 2-minute limit time, Jung Won-ho player and Jung Min-ji player, the multiplayer mode, Jung Won-ho player wins.
In the beginning, Jung Won-ho player wasn't doing so good, and Jung Min-ji, on the contrast, Jung Min-ji was doing really well. But towards the end, Jung Won-ho made a tie score, and eventually he won this game.
Right. So remember how they were talking about how like different size people, it shouldn't matter. But I think there is the factor of stamina and physical strength, endurance that does play a part. Even though everything else in the game is pretty fair.
Same, fair. Yeah, I never played Taekwondo before, but this time, using VR, I can actually play Taekwondo with other people.
Right, it's like a learning opportunity.
It's like if I want to play Taekwondo, where would I go? Right?
Right.
There's nowhere to go. So if you have a VR, you get to play Taekwondo with other people.
You can learn Taekwondo too.
Right, yeah, you can learn Taekwondo too. Yeah, exactly. Right, so we can't watch this, we can observe this game as a third person perspective, right? So that's the something that we have to bear with, right? And we can't really check what the singular players are doing right now. So
that's actually very true. So what I was feeling personally was, since I couldn't watch it as a spectator mode, like I felt really dizzy watching it.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't keep track of the score very well. There was like too much action going on, and at the same time, I couldn't really see the other person's perspective because it's only in one person's perspective.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So that's the second match.
Alright, so they're entering the stage in virtual reality.
The red is Jung Won-ho and the green is Jung Min-ji.
System incorporated into the VR so that they can sense the kicks and everything. Wow. So Jung Min-ji is always, she's playing the beginning half of the game.
Right, like the previous game, she's doing really well in the beginning.
She dominates the first part. It's just that it's a matter of later whether she decides to come back, like just now. I think the strategy that the players are using is that they want to get the other enemy player a bit more exhausted, so they're making them kick the empty air.
Right.
They're dodging.
For them to lose stamina.
It's like you're dodging a lot of the stuff, and then later, since you have a lot of stamina left, you just come back and attack them.
Right.
That seems to be Jung Won-ho styles, right?
Right. As you talk, the score is tied, and we don't know what's gonna happen.
Looking at the players like doing the kicks right now, you can kind of tell they're getting a bit tired. Right. This time, Jung Min-ji has won the second round.
지쳐있다 보니까 큰 거 한 방을 노리기보다는 가슴. 네.
To the last point of the second round, players got really tired and they didn't do much of kicks. We could notice they're not doing much of kicks.
Well, they're not doing a lot of high kicks towards the face. They're aiming for the body. Those are like easier to do, right?
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, they're changing their strategy. They're adapting, and you could tell Jung Min-ji was actually adapting Jung Won-ho's strategy. So after doing a couple of kicks, she backs off to dodge his attack.
Right. To have a resting moment
And
for her.
yeah, so this is pretty cool. Like how they're all, I think they're learning as they're going as well.
Yeah.
성분에 한해서 특별히 원하신다면 내어드리도록 하겠습니다.
아니 근데 진짜 선수들 입장에서는 야 이게 실제로 선수들이 태권도의 경기 같은 걸 하면 정말 얼마나 힘듭니까? 근데 그걸 오늘 그만큼 그걸 현실로
The point here is that actual match of taekwondo is really energy taking.
Yeah.
But we indirectly could experience that kind of feeling. Yeah.
I agree. Like you could honestly, how do I say it? You could feel the player's exhaustion.
Right. Yeah.
I personally feel like as she was Jung Min-ji player was slowing down her attacks, I could feel my energy draining with
Right.
her.
And in my case, if I throw like probably 4 or 5 kicks, I'll be done. I'll be honest with you. If I throw 5 kicks maximum, that's all I can do
I
probably.
feel like I'd be less.
Yeah.
Do not worry.
So yeah, if you are interested in taekwondo, maybe it's the perfect game for those who are interested.
단계별로 얘네들이 모양도 다르고 세기도 민첩성도 이런 것도 다르더라고요.
레벨별로 이제 달라서 실제로
So AI, which are like bots,
Yeah.
those ones there are different levels and different speed and different levels of technique. So you can control how difficult your AI bot will be. And then you can use those to practice your taekwondo skills. So you don't actually have to go against real life people all the time.
Right.
You can practice with those bots, those AI, and then just work with those. So. Yeah, while we were talking, they already started the third round, so we were beginning the third round. Right now, the current score is 1-1 with Jung Won-ho and Jung Min-ji being tied.
That's right. We don't know who's gonna win this time.
This is probably going to be the deciding one.
첫 번째 라운드는 정원호 선수가, 두 번째 라운드는 정민재 선수가 이겼죠?
Oh, they both bow.
Yeah.
This really does feel like a real taekwondo match, right?
Yeah.
친구가 사인을 줍니다. 3초, 2초, 1초, 고! 사인을 주고 슝 하고 나가요. 시작했습니다.
Oh, so this is in Jung Won-ho's perspective. And again, just a reminder that the red score is Jung Won-ho and the blue is Jung Min-ji.
Right. This time, Jung Won-ho is leading the first part of the match.
Right, so he decided to take the initiative. Oh wow.
근데 왜냐하면 체력전이다 보니까 가능한 한 좀 헛발질 이런 것들을 피하면서 정확하게 갖다 꺾겠다.
Right, so since this is a competition of endurance and stamina, the best strategy for these two players is that they want to avoid useless or like meaningless kicks.
Right.
That doesn't get them any points. So you want to save your kicks and like use them strategically. Oh wow.
The score difference is 150 and Jung Won-ho is leading the game. Up, score just tied, and Min-ji just
Took the lead.
take the lead. Yeah.
I think. Oh, they're tied.
The score's tie.
If you notice, I don't see the two players using their hands as much. They're using their feet a lot.
Because using hand isn't gonna give you much of a score. That's why they're using kicks mostly.
But if they're exhausted with their legs, I feel like it'd be nice to swap onto their twist a little bit. Oh!
So the winner is 정민지.
정민지 선수가 정원호 선수가 확실히 좀 지쳤구나라는 게 좀 보여지죠.
Yeah, you can just tell the Jungwon-ho player is much more exhausted than before.
Yeah.
Like his kicks are a little bit different from how he started.
Right.
에도 불구하고 그리고 또 킥의 각도도 굉장히 높고요. 그러다 보니까
And
포인트를 많이 줬어요 지금 정원호 선수가.
Jungwon-ho, from the beginning, he was doing really well, and he used the high kicks and try to get the head point. But as the game goes towards the end, Jungwon-ho got a little bit exhausted and stopped hitting the head. You know.
Right. Oh, it's actually a best of 5 instead of best of 3. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think there will be 2 more matches coming up.
Right. I think it's a good thing to cast 2 taekwondo player, because imagine just pro gamers doing this match, because I can't imagine them just using the low kick, not the high kick, because we're not trained here to play taekwondo. So I think it's a very good to have 2 actual taekwondo player to play this VR match.
Right, having 2 professional athletes to reenact this taekwondo scene is definitely more different. For example, you saw how the pro gamers were really exhausted with just street fighting.
Right. Yes.
Now that was just using your upper body. Now imagine if you were using your lower body on top of that.
Right.
I'm sure we might have an injury. Actually, we might have people collapsing from exhaustion. We definitely do not want that.
We do not want that. Yeah.
But you just can tell also their techniques are much different. Like their kicks are super straight and I think it's really nice. I really like this. It's really good to see. So current score right now is 2 points to Jung Min-ji, 1 score to Jungwon-ho, and as we were saying, this is a best of 5. So this depends on whether Jungwon-ho can win a point and tie. Then we'll have their 5th match. If Jung Min-ji wins, though, that's the complete victory.
Yeah, this could be the end of the game. Yeah.
Our little cute robot is here to say 3, 2, 1, go.
The match begins now.
Oh, wow. You can show us closer, like, come in.
Yeah.
He was intentionally trying to taunt her, but he actually lost points.
It's not working. The taunting didn't work.
Oh, now we're pretty even right now.
Yeah.
So Jungwon-ho's kick angle has decreased pretty dramatically because she's really exhausted. Wow, you can see the technique. So it's not just like one kick. Jung Min-ji is using double kicks. So So I'm not a professional taekwondo caster, but I can just tell doing double kicks in the air is definitely harder than doing one kick.
Yeah.
So Jung Min-ji is taking advantage of the fact that Jungwon-ho is super exhausted. Like just like a real taekwondo match, that's the strategy.
Wow. Oh, the difference is kind of huge.
Right.
Oh, and Jungwon-ho is catching up.
Will he be able to make a comeback?
Oh no! Jung Min-ji take the head. Yes. And the game is over.
So Jungmin-ji wins this round, and she's the overall victory. She's the overall winner. So, yeah.
Even though there was a physical difference, you know, we didn't expect. Kinda didn't expect Jungmin-ji to win, but this is the, you know, this is VR world. So
yeah, no, I think it was really funny because in sprint lecture, remember model Chae-Min said she couldn't catch up to the male stamina, but as expected, these two professional taekwondo players are athletes.
Right.
So both of them have good endurance and good stamina, and I think that was really, really good to see. Congrats to Jungmin-ji.
Right.
하지만 이제 머지않은 미래에는 이제 VR로 아내에게 혼날 수 있는 그런 것 같습니다.
자, 어쨌든 오늘 태권도 VR을 여러분께 선보여 드렸습니다.
So yes, we just showed you the Taekwondo VR, and even though there are many sport categories, we felt that it was more realistic, or it was easier to show you the more realistic aspect of Taekwondo to you.
그런 분들이랑 같이 대결도 펼칠 수 있는 그런 세계를 여러분들에게 아주 조금 맛보여 드리려고 했는데 이게 좀 체감이 오셨는지 모르겠네요.
And we were trying to show you that in the future you may be able to be just like the players right here, battling or competing with other players from all around the world within the sports Taekwondo. But I hope that feeling, that emotion that we were trying to show to you was delivered to you perfectly.
항상 당일되면 모든 시스템들이 긴장을 하잖아요. 그걸 제대로 보여드리지 못한 게 진짜 좀 아쉽긴 하네요.
저희가 이제 아무래도 VR에 최적화된 장소는 아니다 보니까 아무래도 좀 약간 예기치 못한 상황이 좀 있을 수 있습니다.
맞습니다.
네, 좀 부탁드릴게요.
그러게요. 예. 아마 저희가 계속해서 이
So we hope for your understanding that there may be some parts that are lacking or some parts that were a little bit abrupt or disruptive, and we hope that you understand because this is still at its testing stage, still at its beginning stage, not a completed final.
Right.
So yeah.
다양한 장르를 좀 보고 싶어요.
So we'd like to see a lot of different genres of, VR more, or like sports especially.
그 이상을 넘어가는 내가 체험하고 정말 느껴질 수 있는 아까 말씀해주신 정말 그 안마기 같은 그런 들어와줬으면 좋겠어요. 재밌을 것 같아요, 좀 더.
So they'd like to, the casters would like to see some VR where you can like feel stuff, something like a massaging chair maybe, or a massager.
Yeah.
So you can actually get massaged through virtual reality. Let's meet the announcer with the interview. So we just met two players with multi-plays and left us a really good impression. So we'd like to say thank you for all your efforts. And Chung Won-ho player, I think your endurance went down a lot right now. Your stamina doesn't seem that good. How do you feel?
So there was no physical difference, and it was so fair. So that's why we ended up having this score.
And with the situation, Jungmin-ji player, in the real world, this wouldn't have happened. A male against female. How was it?
Yeah. I didn't have a fear of getting hit. That's why this game was more comfortable, and I could be aggressive.
Right, because you didn't have the fear of getting hit. You could play better, right? And you didn't use your fist that much.
Yeah, I only used the kick because the punch didn't give us more point. So was like a real battle against the virtual reality battle. Was it like a bit similar? I get the feelings of getting hit and hit someone by feeling the vibration.
So it was unfortunate we couldn't see the spectators move, but because we were watching it from your point of view, we felt that we could feel it more, as if we were doing it ourselves. So, how did you feel the differences were between VR and the real battle?
It was just like the taekwondo match without getting hit.
So how do you feel like this VR game would be if you were to treat this as a training?
I think it's great for training taekwondo.
Right, so Jungwon player, during the game you were saying come in, come in. So what was the reason for doing that?
This is a virtual word, and that's why I think I lost because Chung Min-ji player did a high kick motion more than me. That's why I think I lost.
Yeah, so a lot of people, including me, fell into the beauty of Taekwondo. So would you please say a couple of words to the audience?
It's about training toe. So playing Taekwondo is really, really good for you.
그리고 이 VR 태권도를 통해서 해외에 있는 선수들이랑도 좀 실시간으로 겨루기가
So through this VR, you might be able to face against people from all over the world in real time. So what do you feel about that?
I cannot actually meet these persons. So with the VR, I think I can play with them very well.
So I think this would be a great opportunity to introduce Taekwondo to everywhere in the world. So I'd like to thank both of you guys for all of your efforts for this demonstration, and I'd like to conclude the interview here. Thank you.
네, 고맙습니다. 자, 그리고 오늘 선수들과 또 계속해서 인터뷰 나눠준 권희슬 아나운서에게도 진심으로
Right, so we'd like to thank Kwon Isol announcer for all the interviews from yesterday and today. And I've never personally tried
Right, me
Taekwondo
too.
VR either, so I never heard about the vibration.
Yeah, apparently there was a vibration whenever you get hit, so they could feel like they were really inside there and playing Taekwondo,
Right,
the
so
actual
you can't
match.
feel the pain, but you can
Right.
feel that you were getting hit.
Yeah.
아니 그래서 이게 태권도가 그러면 그러실 수 있잖아요. 만약에 이거 저런 쪽으로 내가 하기는 너무 힘든 거 아니야?
So, like there might be some people who are thinking, like that kind of sport category, like that seems too hard for me. But in VR, like you can try it out. You can try any sport out really, without actually having to commit to it like monetarily or like physically within like real life.
Right. This could be used as a training, training session for actual Taekwondo player, national Taekwondo player. So this has a lot of potential.
Yeah, so we'd like to thank everybody who participated in the demonstration. And for this VR 2018 eSports GDF Academia Showcase, we'd like to thank everybody. And yeah, so I hope that everybody really enjoyed today and yesterday's showcases.
Right. For 2 days, we showed the potential of VR contents becoming more like esports, and I hope you guys keep the interest and keep the attention to this certain area. And I hope to see a lot of development in this esports.
Right. Yeah, I think it's starting to progress like step by step towards the final goal that we want to achieve, right? So actually, over the 2 days, we showed you 6 games from VR.
Total 6 games.
But for us, our real goal is to show you more and more VR. It's not the ones from today, right?
Right, that's right. We have more than 6 games, and it was kind of a shame that we only could show 6 games today.
Right, so this showcase was just to show you the direction that what VR is taking towards.
Right, definitely.
But it's definitely not just representative of what VR is currently. There's much more than what we showed today. So we'll have some Chae Yoon-shik representative to speak a couple of words before we conclude the event today.
VR은 아주 가까운 미래에 우리가 컴퓨터를 쓰듯이 스마트폰을 쓰듯이 사용하게 된 인터페이스이자 플랫폼이자
So VR and AR is a close interface nearing towards taking one step forward to progress as computers did. And it's something you could use to study or technique or like work or exercise. We want to incorporate VR into your everyday life. And we believe that games and esports will make VR, AR be able to take a step forward and progress so that it gets more incorporated to everybody's life. So it's actually a closer step. So because the market is small, we're not able to put in as much as time and effort and dedication we want to. But yeah, so we are trying to increase the market, and we hope this showcase was a good opportunity to do that. I'd like to thank all the MCs, casters, and the players, and everybody who organized the showcase for us. And as the VR AR representative, I am in full support of the growth of VR esports, and thank you so much.
그렇죠. 말씀해 주신 것처럼 정말 네. 어디
제가 갈 수가 없어가지고 그게 안 하더라고요.
사실 진짜 말씀해 주신 것처럼 이제 첫걸음이고.
Like he said, it was the first stepping stone for VR becoming esports. And also, like you said, it's more about the direction. So we have a lot more to show about our developments, about our new ideas. So it's really important for you guys to keep in touch with VR contents.
Yes. So we'd really like to thank you for everybody, to everybody who came here and those who showed interest to us as to how VR could transition into esports. And
that's right, and we're gonna have a little bit of brief fan meeting. So after this, so please stick with us until the end.
yes, and honestly, just keep in mind that we'll always try our best to progress. And VR Esports Academia 2018 GDF Showcase, I'd like to thank you again very much. And we'll come back with a much more improved status. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.